Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vanilla Jackson Crawford, and I am here moderating today's very meaningful meeting and conversation about the Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative's Adopt a Family program. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and I'll say more to you about who I am. But most importantly, I want you to get to know Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative first. So we are blessed to have a statement, a videotape statement from the wonderful leader of that organization, Mr. Ron Smith. So as soon as it's all ready, let's gear it up and go right to his message that's recorded.
Good afternoon and welcome. I am Ronald Smith, and I am the servant leader and chief executive officer of the Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative. For over 25 years, the Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative has strengthened families through wraparound case management services, housing services, and workforce and training opportunities, which have enabled individuals in our community to obtain living wage jobs on a path to economic security. In addition, we partnered with local schools and parents to keep students in school and support them along their economic journey. As we look to the next 3 years, the Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative will make a greater investment in our community by assisting families as they continue to recover from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, assisting more individuals and families with obtaining stable housing, expanding our workforce development program Rise Up to ensure that more people in the District of Columbia obtain living wage jobs or have an opportunity to start their own businesses. And lastly, by continuing our support to schools, parents, and students. To make all this possible, we rely on the generosity of our corporate partners, individual donors, and our amazing team of dedicated staff. Every year during the holidays, hundreds of donors like you step up to make the holidays brighter for countless families throughout the District of Columbia. It's because of your generosity that children and families make meaningful memories during the holiday season. This year, we've assembled an incredible panel of donors, program staff, and families to share their experiences and the impact of our holiday campaign and the Adopt a Family program. As you listen to today's collaborative conversations, I hope you continue to think about ways you can make the holidays brighter for families throughout the District of Columbia, or how you can support our organization year-round. Thank you for joining us.
Wow. You heard Ron say that he is a servant leader. And in order to make the kind of impact that Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative has been making and continues to make and wants to make in the future, service is required. And I am grateful and honored to be here to moderate this conversation today. And just to tell you a little bit about me, my name is Vanilla Elise Jackson Crawford, and I'm your Miss District of Columbia 2021 in Senior America and third runner-up nationally in Miss Senior America pageant. That's important to me as I get to give back as a servant to my community through Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative. I am honored to moderate this panel today and excited to have you join us this afternoon for a collaborative conversation focused on ways that you've made and you can continue to make the holidays brighter for families throughout the district. You will hear participants share with you about how that brightness has brought light to their families. Every year, hundreds of donors step up to adopt families, make generous donations, donate toys, gifts, and food baskets for communities in DC. Last year, you stepped up to adopt nearly 300 families and children. 300, and that was during the pandemic. This year, we need you to help to make the holiday brighter for hundreds more children and families in DC. Edgewood Brooklands Adopt a Family program helps make the holidays brighter for children and their families. They do this by matching supporters with families in Washington, DC, who provide toys, clothing, and gift cards for the children and families we serve. There are varying family sizes with children that range from birth to 16 years old. Many of you have spread the word or teamed up with your friends, family, offices, or social networks to adopt a large family or multiple families. We also work closely with companies and groups of people to deepen their impact. Today, we're joined by an amazing panel who will share their experience as both donors, program managers, and participants in our Adopt a Family program. And I promise you, you're going to hear some beautiful, beautiful words from some beautiful, beautiful people. If you have questions throughout the conversation, please put them in the chat. Our team will be monitoring the chat and sharing questions with me to ask towards the end of the conversations. First up, I want to introduce you to Ms. LaShawn Bell, the house manager for the Iona Whipper Home and Adopt a Family team leader. Next, we have a participant who will follow her, Shanice Stenard, and we have other people who I will introduce to you as we go along. So let's start out with the manager, LaShawn Bell.
Good
LaShawn.
afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is LaShawn Bell. I'm the house manager for the Iona Whipper Home Transitional Shelter. The Adopt a Family program is a holiday gift-giving opportunity for communities, organizations, and everyone to help a family's holiday become magical.
Would you say a little bit about, in your opinion, what's your favorite aspect about the program?
The thing I most like is that the families show the gratitude when they receive these gifts. The donors sometimes meet with the families and they're excited to be a part of that family's holiday season. It just amazes me of how you can put the two together and they just all come together and they're just happy about the holidays, and things that they thought weren't possible become possible.
Well, you know what? We have a participant here who, through her own generosity and commitment, not only to Edgewood Brooklyn Family Support Collaborative, but to this particular program, she's here to share, coming straight from her work, and she's a little tired, Shanice Stenard. Shanice, how are you this morning? Let everybody know how tired you are.
I'm tired. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sweetheart. So I'm happy to have you here with us this afternoon. Can you briefly introduce yourself and share more about your experience with the Adopt a Family program?
Well, I'm Shanice. I have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. And the program has very much helped me throughout the years of me not working, me just being able not to give my kids what they want or what they like to have. And it really helped me that.
Wow. Wow. So how has it impacted you and your family? Has it made a difference during the holiday season, which is a very
Yes, because that way, once I receive the gifts from you all, I get only a little bit of stuff. Then I buy a little bit of what they want from my own money. But it's like when they get the stuff that y'all give to them, they be like, "Oh, I didn't know I was getting this." It'd be extra stuff they didn't have. "Oh, I didn't know I was getting this. Oh, I got this book. I like this. I like this. Oh, thank you, thank you." I was like, it's from a family. I mean, a family that adopted us. They were like, huh? They be like, huh? You got a family adopt us here. They give us gifts every year and they enjoy it.
Wow, that's a different way to think about adoption, isn't it? You can get adopted
Mhm.
and stay with your family at the same time.
Yeah, right. They be like, huh? And they once, like they say, like I said, once, like one year they did meet the family, but it was just a conversation of how school was going and stuff like that. But we haven't talked to them since. I would like for them to actually meet them
That's a good idea.
just so they can thank them in person even more.
That might be something that Edgewood could put in place this holiday season, since we're a little relaxed on the pandemic restrictions.
I would like that.
That's beautiful to hear, Shanice. Thank you for saying that.
Mhm.
How do you think more people should sign up to adopt a family and support Edgewood Brooklyn Family Support Collaborative? Why do you think they should do that?
It's very helpful, especially for moms that's struggling,
Mhm.
moms that just, not having a father around, parents around. Just it's very helpful.
Mhm. Mhm. So our community stepping in and helping at this, just in this one single event, can make a difference that can last all year long. That's something special. LaShawn, have you seen the ongoing impact of this gift giving and this Adopt a Family program throughout the experiences of your participants?
Oh, so it just grows and grows. So I've seen the impact on different levels. I think I've been around the Adopt a Family program for the inception of it. So being around that long and seeing how many committed donors we have who've been with us 10 years or 10 years or more. I just don't know how to describe that. They enjoy it just as much as the family does. When they reach out and they want to take it to the family,
Yeah.
we always get consent from the family to ensure that the family's okay with them dropping it off. And some of them keep a long-standing relationship with that family, and they may request that family again for the next year to adopt the family. So, there's some pros and there's some cons as well, because if they keep that family, then, another family doesn't have the opportunity to be adopted and get some of the same nice things. So it really just depends.
Well, it's just like getting a new baby. You want to keep that one.
I know.
Spoil it.
But we want to
Well-
be able to spread the wealth as well, because once those people get on their feet, they've come back to adopt as well or donate.
Wow.
So if someone's helped you and then you're able to help, that works even better.
Well, you know what? We have a young lady here who is enthusiastic about this program. Her name is Athena Deula. She's from AECOM. And I'm going to bring her on into this conversation to share what she and her organization are doing in this project. Good morning. Good afternoon, Athena.
Good afternoon. So
All right.
I work for AECOM. It's an architecture engineering firm in Virginia, Northern Virginia and DC. And we've been actually doing Adopt a Family for nearly 20 years. I haven't even been with the company that long. I've been donating and helping facilitate it really through someone in our company for probably 10, maybe a few more years than that, actually.
Oh, wow. So from where you are and the history that you have become involved with, why do you think so many of your colleagues sign up to give every year?
Well, I do think just overall in, corporate setting that does do volunteer things throughout the year, everyone is looking for something around Christmas, something special to do and to be able to give. And I think that obviously helps. But for my particular company, we have a champion in our office. Her name's Kim, and she gets so excited about this event. And really, when I first started doing it, it was great to do, but then seeing someone who leads it with such enthusiasm and passion, it makes you excited about it too. So I somehow volunteered to help facilitate it just in the smallest of amounts. And now I'm passionate about it too. And I love doing it every year. And I love being involved in getting it together. And I love being involved with giving as well to the families, of course.
So you have a personal input. You have a personal investment here also. It's not just your company.
Yeah, I think that's important though, when you feel like when you've been giving to the same organization for 10 plus years and someone who's so excited and passionate about it, that passion grows, intrinsically as well. So it makes you really proud to do it. And it just makes you, so happy to be able to give back.
Well, let's hear from another participant, Athena, who has been a recipient. Kenyatta Wanzor, how are you this morning? This afternoon. Why do I want this to be morning? This is afternoon.
I'm good. How you doing?
Great, great. So how is this program? How long have you been involved with this program? How has it impacted you and your family?
I've been in the program for about 3 years.
3 years, okay.
And it's had a big effect on my family around the holidays. Like I'm a single parent. I have 2 sons. It's just me and my kids. They don't have no aunts, no uncles, no grandmother. My mother's actually still on drugs to this day. So, we go through a lot.
Yeah.
And just it's for Christmas is like a whole lot for me. It takes a lot of pressure off me during the holidays. And it makes my kids happy and smile.
Wow. So you are, when you say single, you just described it, you are actually quite single. You don't have parents or grandparents for the children or fathers.
Exactly. A lot of people say single and they don't really be single. Like it's just literally me and my kids. Like literally.
Wow. So it's this project and it's other services also from Edgewood Brookland Family Support Collaborative that you've benefited from.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. So Christmas is, we're in America, Christmas is that big emotional day. I was watching Family Feud the other day, and they said, what is the biggest, most stressful holiday in America? And I'm screaming at the TV, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. And so this buildup can be very stressful to anybody, but especially a young woman like yourself who has, and did you say boys? Kenyatta, she just walking around. Kenyatta, can you hear me, dear?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Did you say you have sons?
Yes, I have 2 sons.
And how old are your sons?
7 and 3.
7 and 3. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they really believe and are quite invested in this holiday season, the things that they want. Does this program give them what they want?
Yes, I'm sorry, it's kind of loud. I'm trying to get away from the noise.
I understand.
But yes, for the last 3 years, like I said, I usually the first year I was skeptical because I'm like, what do I put? I don't want to put nothing, over dramatic, that's too much. But like they actually get everything that they always want each year.
Everything that they want each year?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna bring my grandchildren into this program. Everything that they want? Wow, that is huge. That is wonderful. Athena, what do you think about that as a giver?
I was really excited to hear you say that actually, because as someone who gets to give every year, we always have the list compiled and it says your requests. And I don't know what it is about it. Like I strive to meet your requests. I want it to be exactly what they want because it does make it more meaningful. When you just go out and you're looking around and you don't know what to get. I don't know what to get my nieces and nephews, let alone someone I don't know very well. So when those requests are put up there and they're detailed, and when Kim puts that list together, she's always really, sizes for clothing, exact requests for books and for different toys. The more detailed those requests are, the more I know I am giving other families exactly what they want. And seeing that, that's surprising, and knowing how wonderful that is, just, hearing your voice say it, it makes me so happy. So I always try to really do that. And now I will try even harder.
Oh, wow. Listen at
Yeah,
that. What do you think about that, Kenyatta and
I
Shanice?
think that's a great idea. Like, it really helps out. Like, it makes a big impact. You don't know what nobody's going through during the holidays. You don't know what they
I
need.
know.
A lot to go through, saying everybody get expensive, you buying their kids things and you can't do it. That's very hurtful. Like, I wasn't even big on holidays until I had kids. Like, every holiday for me as a child was horrible. Like, I just started becoming big on holidays once I had my kids and seeing their faces, how happy they were and things like that. So like I said, it helps out a lot. And I say keep giving, like,
Wow.
Can
Is
I
it-
jump in for a second, Miss Fenella?
Please do, please
I just
do.
want to say, I'm happy to hear that as well, Miss Wanza. You would be so amazed at how many bicycles come through when a kid requests a bicycle with a helmet. You'd be surprised, the older children, the children that are 10 and above, 10 to 16, most of the time it's difficult to serve them.
Yeah.
However, we've been successful in serving them as well. And they ask for expensive things like a young man, he put on there, I just want a video system. May it have been a PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch, or anything. And sometimes, as Ms. Wanza said, the parents are like, they're not going to get that. But lo and behold, a lot of times what they put on the list, they really do get. So I just want to say thank you to all the donors who participate, and for those who take the opportunity to fulfill the older children's
Yes.
wish. It's
Yes.
appreciated as well. We've had young ladies who'll say something like, I want a pair of Uggs. I've never had a pair of Uggs boots. And we know that they're expensive, but lo and behold, whoever I've matched them with, they'll say, I'll take the teenager. And they come back with them Ugg boots for that young lady. So now she can go to
Wow.
school and say, I have a pair of Uggs like someone else's child does. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of the donors. And if you decide, I try to really match you with your family to ensure that we're not going overboard and you're getting exactly what you want and the family's getting a good match.
This is a tremendous conversation because it is illuminating for me and prayerfully others that this is one small thing that we can do, especially in a time like this when our young people are under such challenge, such stress out here in these streets, that we can make a difference and bring joy to them. Joy shifts our brain, as you can see behind me, and I have a central nervous system, spinal column back there, because I focus a lot on how we think and how what we think and how we think impacts our bodies and our behavior. And when children are under stress, we have to do more than one thing to bring them out of that. And part of that is to have a mother and a family and siblings feel normal and involved in something called a holiday, especially this one, so that they don't feel different and left out. And that's very important today because I think Kenyatta mentioned it already, that children want a tool, a toy, a game system that can make them feel like they are same as others. And when you can get that in a child's mind at this point, it'll help to offset some of the negative challenges that they're coming up against. So that's exciting. Let's also bring in somebody who is not here right now. Let's bring in Freddie Mac. Now, anybody here know anything about Freddie Mac? Freddie Mac has been around a long time and has helped with people getting houses and funding, and talk about making families feel more secure and supported. This organization has been around for quite a while. So I'm going to ask the servant leader of the Edgewood Brooklyn Family Support Collaborative, Ronald Smith, if he'll join in now. I don't see that Kara has joined us yet. So Ron, are you available to chime in and share with us about Good morning, sir. How are you?
Afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Good
Yes.
afternoon.
Yes, and I've heard some good discussion going on during this collaborative conversations, and I just want to thank again all of our panels and everybody that has logged in today, and our partners. And you were mentioning, of course, ACOM. Thank you, and also with Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac has been a long-time partner, and they contribute financially to Edgewood Brooklyn programs as well as during the holidays. So they, similarly to ACOM, they get excited every year. I actually participate in a town hall meeting where, you know, I have a chance to thank them. And there are hundreds and hundreds of employees on that town hall meeting, and they are continuously giving resources. They've even offered to come out and volunteer at Iona Whipper Home and do other in-kind service to our agency. So they've been a great partner, and they look forward, just like ACOM, every year. Actually, before we send notices out, we usually get emails or a call to say, hey, what's the plan for this year? What do you need this year? So as you mentioned, Vanilla, I mean, the support that we get from our corporate donors as well as our individual donors. And we have many, many families, as LaShawn had mentioned earlier, who've been with us since the inception of our adoptive family. And I think we had some that, you know, didn't want to come on and be a part of the panel and want to, you know, basically stay anonymous, but we are grateful for every individual, every dollar that is given to support our families, because I think you heard from these two ladies the impact that it makes during the holidays. And I think you all heard during my opening statement, you know, we really want to take our giving or request that you give all year round, because there are so many other events or other situations that happen during the year, but we are definitely grateful for all your contributions during this holiday season. So, Vanilla, I will turn it back to you.
All righty. That could not have been said any more sincere or clear. Actually, Ron, we have a statement from Kim Bright, and Athena mentioned her a while ago because she is the energy.
Yes.
I don't know if Athena needs any energy, quite honestly. She's kind of self-propelled. I'm not going, but she is encouraged by Kim Bright. So let me read this statement from Kim Bright of ACOM. She says, I love the Adopt a Family holiday program. Thank you for allowing us to participate. She says, thank you for allowing her to participate. Isn't that something? Mm-hmm. When people can appreciate an opportunity to give, that is personal. She says, everyone at ACOM is excited for another year to be able to partner with Edgewood Brooklyn Family Support Collaborative and the parents, that's you, Kenyatta and Shanice and others, to bring joy to their families for the holidays. And it has an ongoing impact, Kim, as you have heard. And judging from what Athena is saying and LaShawn has been saying about you, you have been, your last name is appropriate, Bright, B-R-I-G-H-T, because you have been a bright light to others and continue to be so. I had an opportunity to speak with Kenyatta and Shanice prior to today, and they have a statement that they want to make to those who are giving. So Shanice, you want to extend words of gratitude, I understand, to the donors. They have
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, really do. Thank you.
Very, very great. Kenyatta?
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you, and your donations makes a big impact on families in need, and to keep donating, like it really helps out.
Very great. You know, there's a lot of need in America right now and in the world. You know, I mean, I have to give myself 30 minutes to get up and get going before I turn on any outside media, because there's so much that man causes and that nature causes. So donors have a huge choice in how you give. Only it's rare that you get to hear how your giving is impacting. And that's what we're so grateful for today. Like Shanice came in this morning talking about how tired she is. And we can relate to that. We all can relate to it. Even though we have the opportunity to Zoom in, we still have to get ourselves going. And that requires a lot of energy. So for her to come in tired today, working hard and facing the holidays and sharing with you is a testimony to how the giving that each of us give is making a difference in her life. Same thing with Kenyatta. She's studying, she's in a class, she's taking a break, and she continues to uplift herself for her family. Your giving is making a difference to the enthusiasm that both of these mothers have that are keeping them going and uplifting their families. Look, I'm one of 3 daughters, and I remember just talking to these young ladies, I remember what it was like for my mother to be working all the time to keep us going. And we didn't have Zoom and virtual opportunities like today, where we can talk to so many people and get them to donate in so many different ways. And that, whatever we received made a big difference to my family. So from 100 years ago, not really, Shanice, I'm not really 100 years old, but I'm just saying. From that long time ago to now, giving hasn't changed. It still makes a difference. Now, here's the thing. I think we're hearing that it makes a difference also for the giver. And that's important. So how can those who want to donate, especially now, how can they donate? How do they contact the agency to get involved? LaShawn and or Ron, or both of you.
Well, they can go to our website. On the website, once they see Adopt a Family, they can click on the link. It'll explain everything about the Adopt a Family, and then they can join that way. Once they join, they'll get an email from me saying, thank you for joining. I'll send them out the family composition. I'll ask questions about whether they want children under 10, how many children they want, what they really want to do. So it's a process, but they can go on the website and they'll see everything about the Adopt a Family.
Now, there's some very astute people on this call this morning, this meeting, and they know how to click on, go to the chat area and click on and get right to the website. And then you have some people who might be a little less adept. So what is the website? Can you just give it slowly, alphabet by dot by com? Would you do that for us?
Our website is www.e
E.
B
B, is that B like
Yes.
boy?
E for Edgewood,
E.
B for Brookland, F for family, S for support, C for collaborative. So www.ebfsc.org. And when you go to that page, you'll see in the right corner at the top, donate. And as I mentioned earlier, we will accept donations all year round.
All year.
All year round. Thank you.
All year round, you all year round. And
Also in the chat, Miss Vanilla, they put the other email address they can go to, a website they can go to, which is same as what Ron said, but it's Network for Good. So it's in the chat.
so you're saying that it's the same letters, E as in Edward, B as in boy, F as in Frank, S as in Sam, C as in, come again,
Charlie.
Charlie, .networkforgood.com.
Correct.
All righty. And if you miss any of that, and you're like some people I know older than me, older than 100 years old, you can pick up the phone and call people. You can still do that. The thing is, if you gotten anything from this meeting today, from this conversation today, your giving matters. And it makes a difference. Now I'm gonna challenge some of people, because now I'm regretting that I didn't invite a whole bunch of people in my social network on this call today. So I want to be able to share this video. Is this video also gonna be on your website?
Yes.
Great, great. Then I can send people to it so that they can give as well. And I invite you to do the same. Share this information as far and wide, because I am challenging you, especially if I know you, because I'm going to make a financial donation. I'm not going to tell you the amount. It won't be $1 million. I just won't be able to do that today. But it will be significant. And I'm asking others to do the same, to make a donation today. And I'll be doing that this afternoon. So, and I'm saying that, and I mean that, that's to everybody. You do the same. Challenge your friends and family members and donors who are looking for something to do with their money. All right, so wait a minute. I see something here from Marcia Dixon in the chat. So let me read this to you all. Good afternoon. My name is Marcia Dixon with GPO FCU. Okay, wait a minute, Marcia. Somebody's got to put that up so I can know what that is. We have been affiliated with Edgewood Brooklyn Family Support Collaborative for a long time, and we are gearing up to resume our financial empowerment sessions. And we will make sure you will receive a donation from us. Oh my goodness. And we invite you all to become a member of GPOFCU. Now I think a couple of those letters mean financial. So this is an organization that I said, put your money where your mouth is. That's not quite how they said it. Oh, you know, that's what it means. So let's do that. Let's follow them and their giving. And that's from G, P as in Paul, O, F as in Frank, C as in Charles, U, United, so contact them. Will you also put your contact information into the chat? Thank you. That's exciting. And this is, all right, so we have something. Oh, okay. It's a federal credit union, the GPO Federal Credit Union. Credit union. Credit unions help people out when banks don't always do it. So if you want to think about servant businesses, credit unions have been very, very helpful when people couldn't get support from banks. All righty, thank you for that. We have another donation here. Ronette McDaniel. The Liberty Baptist Church is looking forward to participating again this year. This is what you were saying, LaShawn and Ron and Athena. The givers keep giving. They're servant givers. Like, somebody says, as it is above, it is below. So if you're a servant leader, then you're gonna have people, you're gonna attract people to you who don't mind giving, because it's in their very DNA. Thank you for your number, Marcia. Thank you for your extension. Thank you for your contribution. So if you have any questions, any other comments out there, just put them in the chat and I will share. Okay? So we're getting close to the wrapping up time. Is there anybody else who has a question out there, a comment, a thought, a request? You want to acknowledge someone today? Feel free to do that now. This is a good time. I encourage, whenever I do work with groups, I encourage people to acknowledge each other before we depart. Why? Because that's how you give. You give with your material wealth, and you also give with your mental and your emotional and your spiritual wealth. So if you have something that you just want to say to somebody on this conversation, as an organization, as individuals, use this time to do so. Okay, let's go. Anyone? just unmute yourself and John will let you in.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you, Vanilla, for always, and I'll say further, your willingness to support the Edgewood Brooklyn Collaborative on so many different levels, from facilitating our 25th anniversary and also the programming over the years that you've done, not only with our staff, but our various programs. You have been a mainstay, and whenever we call on you, you always accept. So we are grateful for everything that you do in front of this camera, but also behind the scenes. And the staff that are a part of this Zoom know what I'm talking about. Nella is always willing to raise, to roll up her sleeves and work closely with us. So I also want to thank the staff. I want to thank LaShawn and also Christine, who I know you all can't, so Christine's on. Her camera is off. But Christine, in her role of helping to facilitate this in partnership with John and Funded Strategies, I am so grateful for all the work that goes in, and especially to Kenyatta and Janice. Thank you so much for your willingness to come and join and let people hear, the impact of what we are attempting to do, not only for your families, but throughout the city. And there are numerous families and individuals that we continue to support, but thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to do that. Definitely want to thank Athena, and I will thank Kim at the appropriate time. Again, another mainstay, a consistent partner. Thank you so much for all that you do, and please give my thanks to the rest of the staff behind the scenes that during this time also get excited to support us. And I also want to thank Freddie Mac, who's not here, but I will tell you, they are present and available when we need them during the holidays. So I want to give a special thank you for them, and also for Ms. Dixon, the GPO, Government Printing Office, Federal Credit Union, has been a longtime partner of Edgewood Brooklyn and helped us in our workforce development area to support our clients around financial literacy. So we are grateful for their donation. And of course, on a personal note, I have to thank my cousin, Miss Ronette McDaniels, who always supports me behind the scenes, and most of the time behind the scenes, and rallies the rest of the family to give, and also her church. I want to thank Liberty Baptist for their continued support of all that we do here to make sure that our families know that outside of Edgewood Brooklyn, there are other people that care.
Wow.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.